Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your Michael Probodinsky, and it's Michael here today, coming at you with my favorite deck of all time, X-Sabers.
Dumb.
Like I just said, they're literally my absolute favorite deck. I built them a while back, and I just built them for the shigs, and then I just realized that I fucking love their play style and just their spamminess, and how you just can bring out this guy with no problem at all and beat face. I just love it.
And discard.
And then, yeah, and discard. But anyways, I changed it up quite a bit from the last time we put up a video.
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. So I'll just get right into the deck profile for you guys. So first off, you're basically playing the standard, at least I think it's the standard, of the triple Dark Soul. Dark Soul is basically your searcher for any X-Saber card, monster, so that's really good. I mean, he's probably one of the best cards this deck has. I mean, just searches out literally anything you need at the time.
He's your Scarm.
Yeah, he's literally the Scarm of the deck.
He's the OG Scarm.
He was the Scarm before Scarm.
Scam before the scam.
Scam before the Scarm of the Scam. Then, another standard, you play the triple Bogart Knight because he's your spammer. He's the one that gets all your plays rolling. And just basically makes it so you can do all the things you need to do with this deck. So yeah, you definitely run 3 of him, and there's no question about that. Then, the triple Full Helm Knight. I've seen people cutting it down to 2. I don't quite understand why. I've also seen people cutting Dark Soul down to 2, and again, I don't understand why. But I just think all these three cards you just have to have. So you definitely have to have triple Full Helm Knight. Full Helm Knight is probably your best tuner because he can also negate 1 attack per turn. 1 attack while he's on the field, so that's really good. It's actually saved my ass a lot of times where someone will just try to beat over and we're just like, no.
And I hate him for that.
So that's always really good.
Stupid card.
And yeah, he just makes all your rank 6 plays. I mean, rank 6 plays. Level 6 plays happen, so that's really good.
Count the stars.
Sorry. But moving on to the 2 ofs. Whoa.
You're right there.
Not really.
Okay.
Playing the 2 Emrys Blade. I've seen people just cutting him completely, and I just don't think that's good, in my opinion. Because starting off with a first turn set Emrys Blade is very powerful. I think, like, in my opinion, I think just the first turn set Emrys Blade is incredibly powerful. Just because most people nowadays, if they just see that first turn set, they'll usually just try to beat over it. And if they beat over Emrys Blade, they're literally setting you up for your plays.
It's your graph.
Yeah. It's literally our... Yeah, it's literally not as good form of graph. But
Plot twist! X-Sabers turned into the burning abyss!
But, yeah, I just think he's really good, and I just like him as a 2 of. He's helped me out a lot. He's helped me actually roll through things and protect myself from a lot of stuff. And, like, you can, once someone beats over him, you can even bring out this guy, Mr. Poshul. Another first turn set then you can usually happen, just because he can't be destroyed by battle.
He's so dumb, I hate him.
Plain and simple, he just can't be destroyed by battle, so that's really good. And he's also the 2 tuner, so he gets you into your rank 8s. Rank 8s, God, why do I keep saying rank? He gets you into your level 8s,
Your
level
rank
5s.
8s in X-Sabers.
I'm always making them rank 8s in
Make it
X-Sabers.
Felgrand.
I'll just overlay my what the hell do I run?
Full troll.
My Crimson Blader and my Stardust Spark to make a Felgrand. That's what I do every time.
Well, if you insist.
But yeah, so he gets you all the oddball synchros out, so it's really helpful. Then on to the final X-Saber. I used to run 3 Full Troll, but I cut Full Troll down to 2 because I realized that I was dead drawing him way too much. And I basically made the deck to... I changed the deck to become more consistent and less about, like, if I draw the right cards, I'll basically win that turn or I lose. So I changed it to be a little bit more consistent, a little bit more grindier, so that's why I cut him down to 2, so I'm not dead drawing him quite as much, and I'm basically just trying to search him out now. So he's probably the MVP of the deck by far, just because he can special summon himself, and then just bring back any level 4 lower X-Saber monster from the graveyard, so that's amazing. He's basically what gets all the combos going, because the big play is with Bogart Knight and any of the other guys I just showed you. You just special normal Bogart Knight, special out whatever you have in your hand, and then special Full Troll, and then just get all the plays going like crazy. And that's the thing. Like, that's the big play. And that's why I love Full Troll, and that's why I also think he's the best. That's the last of the monsters.
He's the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring down.
Now on to all the draw power of this deck, because I added in a shit ton of draw power. First off, triple Upstart Goblin.
Oh, I'm not gonna run 3 Upstart. I don't like giving my opponent 3,000 life.
Well, you see.
Consistency.
Consistency. This deck really needs the consistency. I honestly do hate running triple Upstart in any deck, but this deck just needs it. Like, just as a personal preference of mine, I really just hate running it, and I don't like to do it very often, but this deck just needs it. It really just needs it. And since this deck can beat face pretty well, I don't mind giving my opponent the 3,000 life in this deck, but still I don't like giving it to them.
I don't mind, but I don't like it.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Moving on to the other draw power, the triple duality. I was testing this out beforehand, and I realized that I actually really, really enjoy duality in this deck, just because, sorry about the dog.
I'll go take care of that.
Little Satan out there is just barking up a storm. But, I really do like this card in the deck, just because it sets me up for my plays, and then I can usually just set a monster and be fine. I don't really need to spam out that turn. It just helps me get set up for what I'm going to be going into. So it's very, very useful in this deck. Then triple MST, just because MST is good. Like, there's a lot of back row heavy decks nowadays just because they're trying to beat up. It's the only way to get over Necros. You just need a lot of back row, and that really hurts this deck, so you just need the triple MST. Then onto the Searcher cards, double Rhoda, just because you need to search out, like, Poshul and Full Helm Knight. You just really need to search them out sometimes, so that's a way to get them. And then the 2 tankies, just to search out your Bogarts. And like I said, Bogart's basically the key part of the deck that gets all the combos going, so you really need to, that's why I have the 2 in here, just to search them out. Then just some destruction, Dark Hole, Regeki. I mean, double Dark Hole Regeki is still a good thing, I guess. I mean, we have it on, we can legally use it now, might as well do it. And just clearing the board so my big X-Sabers can just beat face is pretty nice. Then just the 1 book to stop shit. And the 1 Gotham Second Call. I don't know how I feel about this card. Like, this card's very situational, and like, it's come in handy quite a bit, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times it's just not good for the situation. So, like, I don't know. Like, I've been contemplating just cutting it completely, but it's come in handy too much where I just don't want to cut it. Like, it's still a good card, but it's just it's just an iffy card. So, like I said, I might be cutting it, I may not. As of right now, I just can't bring myself to, because it's helped me out way too much. So, I just think the 1's good if you're gonna run it. Like, I don't think you have to run it, but if you're gonna run it, only as a 1-of. Just, that's, I think, how it should be. Moving on to the traps, another staple thing, I think you just have to run it 3, and there's no other way, is Gotham's Emergency Call. Literally the best card this deck has. The main reason I wanted to build this deck is because of Gotham's Emergency Call. It's just a +1 out of nowhere. Just, if you have a face-up X-Saber on the field, bring out 2 monsters. Bring out 2 X-Saber monsters from the graveyard. You can even bring back your Synchros. So you can literally, if you have 2 Gothams in graveyard, you can special summon 2 Gothams. It's that good. It's just so broken, and it's amazing, and I love this card so much. It just keeps the combos rolling and rolling, because you can do the Fault Troll play and just bring back shit and then sync up into something else, and then just play this and then just do it all over again and just keep doing it.
It's not even fair.
What makes this deck so disgustingly powerful. It's just this card right here.
If anyone was wondering, the dog is okay.
I don't think anyone cares if the dog is okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Moving on to this new tech card I'm trying out.
Ooh, yes.
I'm playing 1 Jar of Avarice. I just recently put it in, and I'm still testing it out right now, but as of right now, I'm really, really enjoying it, because I found myself to be going through all my resources way too fast, especially in the grindy matches, and this card has just come in clutch way too many times ever since I put it in, where, like, in those grindy matches, I'll just be out of, like, all my Full Helm Knights. I'll be out of Full Helm Knights, so I'm basically boned at that point. If I'm out of Full Helm Knights, I don't know what I'm really going to do after that, because that's basically the key second part of the big combo that I do with this deck. Or an even bigger thing, I'm out of Bogarts. If I'm out of Bogarts, the deck basically is done.
And Full Trolls?
Oh, I can keep rolling if I'm out of full trolls, but if I'm out of Bogarts or full Helm Knights, I'm basically done.
Oh.
So this card has come in clutch, where it's just I take those cards that I need, put them back in, and then I don't even care if I get the draw. It's just that I get to put them back into my deck, and I still have that chance to draw them. So that's just the amazing part of this card. So, like, it just has helped this deck up just so much, just helping me refuel everything. I only run it as a 1-up, though, just because I don't really think you need it more than just one. I think just the one refuel is good. So I just think that's fine. And then finally, for the last of the traps, it's just a few staples: the Compulse, the Bottomless, and the TT. I don't really think I need to explain them. They're just staples.
Explain the torrential!
Well, you know, sometimes your opponent summons something they just don't want there, and they just have a bunch of other stuff. So, you know, this Torrential Tribute is just the best card for that time. It's just to blow up everything. It's just that good.
Okay.
Okay, you happy over there?
I'm happy.
Okay, good.
Okay.
It's a 40 card deck, if any of you guys were wondering. Most of my decks are always 40 cards, so...
No one cares.
Okay. Moving on to the Synchros and the extra deck. Mainly Synchros. Play the one Leo. I wasn't running him for the longest time, but I found myself in an area where I could, like, I would have a, what's his name? Souza on field and a full Helm Knight, and I could just easily make him. It just happened so many times that I'm just like, well, I think I should throw him in. So I finally threw him in, and I love him in here just because I can make him so consistently now. So I think he's just a necessity right now. He's just becoming so clutch for me. Then the two Gothams. I've seen a lot of people just running one, but I love the two because I can make two of him very, very fast and very easily in this deck. So I just think two is a must, and he's your big boss monster. He's just an amazing card. And oh, and you guys probably noticed that I didn't have Regigura in here. I had to cut Regigura, so I can't do the loop with him, but I still think the deck's fine. I just don't think it needs Regigura right now. I just don't think Regigura is very good in this meta right now, so I had to cut him.
You wanted to make the deck competitive.
Yes, I wanted to make the deck as competitive as possible, and Regigura is just not competitive. I'm sorry.
Good card.
Good card, just not competitive. So yeah, I just think you have to run him at 2. It's just something you have to do. Then I run the one Crimson Blader just because I learned that this shuts down like Yang Zings like easily.
And they're becoming popular.
Makes Yang Zings cry. It makes Necroz cry. So yeah, it's just a good card. The one Spark because again, Spark's just really good.
Not even good.
One Souza because it's the only 7 I can really make. I honestly don't like Souza. I don't think he's very good. I mean, he's come in handy quite a few times, but like he's just not very powerful compared to all the other level 7s out there. But with Bogart Knight, you can only make X-Sabers, so you have to use him.
Mm-hmm.
And then on to the MVP of the extra deck, Lady Hunley.
Hunley!
Literally,
Fort Nightmare.
Fort's worst nightmare, literally. I play my friend who has a Klee deck, and he literally cries every time I bring out Hunley just because I blow up all the shit. And then he can't do anything.
His shit is no more.
His shit is gone, and then he just cries, and then he tries to get himself set back up again, and then I just bring out the second one, and then he cries even more. Like, honestly, I've been thinking about bumping her up to 3, just because of how powerful she is, especially in this meta right now, just because everyone plays all the back rows. And Klees are still a thing for some reason.
Why do you think they're bad? I like Klees.
I know you like Klees, Jordan. Stop crying. But, yeah, I've honestly been thinking bumping her up to 3 just because of how powerful she is right now. I honestly love her, and she's just amazing. Then the other 6 is running the one Barkion just because no traps for you.
And Earth.
Yeah, and everything in this deck is Earth.
I feel like if you have an Earth deck that can Synchro, you automatically play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the one card that the one level 6 that no one runs, and I run just because I love him, is Powered Insectron.
Fuck that card.
I don't know. I just really like Powered Insectron. It's just a personal thing that I
He's gonna
like him.
He's gonna get some damage the first turn anyway.
Yeah, I mean he's just gonna do his job and then probably die. I just like him. And then the last synchro is Armades. I used to run Beast in here, but I cut him because I wasn't making fights consistently enough, and I felt that between the two, Armades is better. And I think most people would agree with me on that. If not, Tell
Who was
me.
the other 5?
Yell at me for not having him in there.
Caster?
No, Beast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, yell at me if you think I'm being retarded and not running him.
Eh.
Moving on to the Xyz of the deck. Got the one Strike Bouncer because Strike Bouncer is amazing and you're always going to have 6s on the field basically. So it's always good to have him. And then the one Gauntlet Launcher because Gauntlet Launcher is also very good. I mean, I don't think I really need to explain it. Pop 2 monsters. Then the last 2 are just a Castell and a Dweller. Castell bounce shit, Dweller stop graveyard shit. Like, very staple, good rank 4s.
Fun time.
So, yeah. Well, you guys, that was the deck. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you guys hated it, I'd love to hear it in the comments. If you guys loved it, I'd love to hear it in the comments. I'd like to hear the happy comments more than the angry comments because we get a lot of angry comments sometimes and it makes me sad. But anyways, if you guys loved this so much, loved hearing the sound of my voice, loved hearing the sound of Jordan's voice in the background and his demon dog living like right on the other side of the door. Please subscribe and join this little family that we got going on here. I'd love to see it. Anyways, that's really it. See you guys.